Coming all the way from California, Policy Outreach Director for the Romero Institute. Nothing to play with. Got the big win in Monterey through organizing and building diverse, broad coalition. Had the role of labor supporting fracking ban in Monterey. Moving to rebuilding renewables through community choice aggregation. Somebody make some noise for Juan Martinez!
Thank you. From California, here we are. Thank you. My name is Juan Martinez, working with the Romero Institute under the Greenpower program that we have there. We have a number of different programs. One, the Lakota Law Project, which Chase is involved with. I'm honored to be a part of this group, and especially meeting folks like yourselves. And first, when I was offered the opportunity to come over here, and as you said earlier, it's kind of speaking to the choir, and I say, man, I don't want to go speak to the same people who know more about this stuff than I do. You know, it's kind of what happens. But what's going on in our area? I represent. I'm coming in from the Central Coast, Monterey, Santa Cruz, and San Benito counties. There, in about a year and a half, we were able to successfully push for banning of fracking, and yeah, come on. Right, and as well as CCE, or Community Choice Energy Programs, in all 3 counties. So that's what happened there. Now, it could not have happened without individuals. And usually you mention people's names, and you kind of, oh man, you didn't mention everybody, right? But in San Benito County, San Benito Rising was very, very active, and they pushed the envelope on banning fracking, and they won. Nobody could believe they were going to win. And then they say, well, let's take a look at Monterey County. And they took a look at it and said, yeah, that's doable, let's go. Well, Monterey County is the 4th largest oil producer in the state of California. State of California is the 6th largest economic state in the world. All right. So when you think about it, those folks there in San Benito County were able to win. And thanks to Food Watch, and there's Mary, Andy, if you guys are watching out there, Mary, Andy, and the Rebeckis, the family Rebeckis and stuff, Tomas in particular with Food and Water Watch. Very supportive, and we're there for us consistently. And we're there every day pushing, even though we in Monterey County have been pushing environmental issues for the last 40 to 50 years, So thank you. Yeah, now, you all heard of Cesar Chavez, and Cesar Chavez in there organizing the workers and stuff. So we had a lot of background, a lot of skilled workers there, retired guys and veteranos from different adventures, and so we had a base, and we had the ganas, the will to go and do this thing. So when the guys from San Benito Rising came over to Monterey County and said, yeah, right. And there was a lot of folks were saying, no se puede, you can't do this, Yeah, I think the guys have a lot of money, and the growers, and we feed the world there, right? So there's a lot of oil-based products, such as pesticides, and they contaminate the water, they contaminate the food, they contaminate the people. And one of the things that we are trying to do there is protect our children with the banning of or at least acknowledging and letting us know they're going to spray the areas around the schools. We call them buffer zones, safety zones for kids in schools when that happens. Why? Because we have problems, leukemias, cancers. We all know it. It's all over the place, right? And the farm workers, what they did, they put up signs to warn them. And it wasn't because the growers didn't want to lose money. It's because the growers, because they didn't want to lose money is why they did it. So here we have an opportunity to push the agenda. We got people elected over and over as an organizer in the Monterey County, Salinas Valley. We've got a lot of people organized and registered to vote and got them out and got them elected, got a lot of folks in there. Well, guess what happens? If you don't stay on top of them, the other guys, they invite them to barbecues and parties, and we're going to give you money, going to give you money. 5, 6 years go by, 10 years go by. All of a sudden, here comes an initiative that they need to and should take leadership. Well, the oil industry got them to do commercials against us on the fracking, and we call that Measure Z. So it got ugly, so we went out there and went after them. And we got to think that thank you. And I want to thank the nurses from the Salinas Valley Memorial Hospital. They're here today. Yeah, thank you, nurses. All you nurses that are here, God bless you. And you're doing a great job. And we hope we don't need you guys so much. You know, we love you and all, but God, it's sad what's going on out there, and you all know what I'm talking about. So let's get involved. Let's stay on focus. Keep pushing over and over and over, because you can do this. They spend $6 million. We spend nearly $250,000. They beat us 30-1 on the expenditures. Anybody ever here been a wrestler, a football player, and you see somebody big coming at you, and you just kind of use the momentum against them? Well, that's what we did. And you all know what I mean by that. So we worked against them, and we won. God bless you all. Keep the fight going, and thank you back home. Si se puede. God bless you. Register and vote. I wanted to answer the question kind of back there regarding the sacrifices done at Standing Rock and the outcomes of that. As comments were said, maybe it wasn't a win, and it was, and it wasn't. Now, I know that, and we just said, that there's a lot of environmental organizations going on, there's a lot of movements going on, there's a lot of activity going on. I assume, because I saw it in Monterey County, that people were energized to see what was happening in Standing Rock. People came out of the woodwork because they were inspired with that sacrifice and that commitment. They start jumping in, they start getting involved, they started forming their own organizations. The result of Standing Rock is here today. It's out in our communities. We see it, we feel it. In Monterey County, when we looked at the elections, we found out that Trump won. And then we looked at what we had done. We have now 3 counties all banning fracking. All those 3 counties are now doing CCEs, Community Choice Energy. And one of the things I found out, some of you folks don't even know what that means. Let me just say, this is the nonprofits that are being formed through JPAs, Joint Power Authorities, the cities and entities, government entities that are coming together to take the place of the PG&E, in our case PG&E, Pacific Gas and Electric, energy companies, take the place of the energy company stakeholders. And you, the nonprofit, becomes the stakeholder. For us, what that means in Monterey County, $30 to $35 million coming in every year from now on. So if you don't spend it the first year, second year and third year, you got $100 million. Now what are you going to do? You better do something, because guess what? In 3 years, you're going to have another $100 million. That's what CCE is about. Every time we pay PG&E and we're giving the money to the fossil fuel guys, we could be developing solar panels and windmills. And in California, the law says that money is to go back into renewable sources of energy. That means scholarships for students, get them educated, teach them a little bit of history, what happened at Standing Rock, about what happened. The Mayans, the Aztecs, the Japanese, and the Egyptians all used solar energy and renewable types of resources. So that's my point, a young man over there. These are the experiences, and we're all learning and growing from each other's sacrifice.